Okay, everybody, we are in Rocky Point, Long Island. Look at that view. Who gives you views like this? We're talking about the Pagans' plot to bomb members of the Hells Angels, since the Hells Angels beat up a pagan a little bit before this incident. We're going to their clubhouse. That was a tattoo shop. Let's flip this around and get into it. Like I said, we are going to their tattoo shop. The address is 14 Broadway in Rocky Point. No street or avenue on the end of that. Very odd to me. But either way, follow me on Instagram at mooneydashcam. I post a lot of content on there that has to do with the YouTube videos, so check that out. Please leave suggestions for future videos in the comments. I very much appreciate that. I get a lot of inspiration. And hit the notification bell so you guys can see exactly when I post a new video. Alright, let's get into it. This starting all off starts August 25th, 2009, when a 36-year-old Pagan motorcycle gang member, yes, this is the Pagan motorcycle gang, I didn't mention that in the intro, Jason Roadblock Blair, his nickname was Roadblock, he was beat up by a group of Hells Angels in the parking lot of a Lindenhurst bar, which I actually have a video on Lindenhurst of a pagan bar out there. Now that kicks off a war between the Pagans and the Hells Angels on Long Island. The Pagans spend spring and summer of 2010 planning on how to murder the Hells Angels, especially the group that jumped him. There's about 6 guys that jumped him that day. Little did the Pagans know at the time, they had 2 undercover ATF agents, alcohol, tobacco, firearms agents. They handle a lot more than what you'd imagine they would handle. So they have 2 undercover ATF agents that infiltrated the gang during a 21-month investigation. Oh, I have a car behind me. Let him go. Let him go around. Because I'm going a brisk 20 and he can be going 35, 40 on this. There we go. Let him go. Hyundai Veloster. One of the undercover agents even rose through the ranks as far as, now I read in 2 different articles 2 different things, that he rose as far as vice president of the Long Island chapter or sergeant at arms of the Long Island chapter, which could maybe be a similar thing, like second in command. And he was actually given access to the bookkeeping of the gang. They both had full vests and patches. They were both members. Now, a big part in planning all this was 39-year-old John Richard Eberling. Now, his nickname was JR. I don't know if it was Junior or JR. I feel like it might have been just JR since his name was John Richard. But he was the Long Island chapter president for a while until he passed that down to Roadblock, the guy who got beat up, in May of 2010. And then he became a national president, in charge of chapters in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, upstate New York, Long Island, of course. They called this the Mother Club if you were like, I guess, involved in the higher up of the club, not just an individual chapter. Okay, getting into the plan. The plan was to attack the Hells Angels as they rode through Long Island with makeshift nail bombs and firearms. One of the undercover agents was actually asked to carry out this plot. Now, they secretly taped a meeting at the tattoo shop that we're going to be going to in a second, where they were planning this attack. JR saying that they must attack smart since they're outnumbered, which he's right. There are a lot more Hells Angels than there are Pagans on Long Island and just in general all over. They actually referred to the nail bombs as Christmas. So it's about 90 degrees while I'm filming right now, and my camera overheated while I was on the way here. You only missed about a sentence or 2. I'll fill you in, of course. Right, let's get out of the truck now. It's actually a cool little town right here. That's a barbershop that sells Star Wars memorabilia. Right there was the tattoo shop. The white building with the black rim around it. Say hi to the clean truck. You guys got to get a good look at that. Alright, so what you missed when the camera overheated was me saying that They referred to the nail bombs as Christmas presents in their little meetings. And they also planned on fire... That's a Ford Lightning. They also planned on firebombing the Hells Angels residences and their clubhouses and events. So this was a serious thing. They were not playing around. Now, right now, this is a beauty bar. I don't want to be up in their face. I'll get close, of course. I always do. But yeah, that's it right there. The one with the black awning. I'll show you a picture of right after they closed. They closed shortly after this whole bust went down. So now, there's a biker rally in New Jersey called Roar on the Shore, September 10th, 2010. There's a biker rally in New Jersey called Roar on the Shore, September 10th, 2010. They gathered pagans and affiliate clubs in a hotel suite, and the guy Jason Roadblock Blair was giving a speech, and in this speech he said they better be prepared to go to jail or die in the upcoming war. Now, the undercover agents were there when this happened, so that was relayed right back to the ATF, and that's when they decided it was time to drop the hammer on them. Jason Roadblock is arrested and indicted in the coming days after that, along with 16 other members, including JR, the national president. So here is the place. I'm just going to do a quick walk by. There's a bunch of women in there. Don't want to scare them or anything, because as you can see, I don't look very normal today. Okay, walking on by. They storm into the tattoo parlor along with the homes of the members. You can imagine them just rushing this place. They found a nail bomb in the safe at a Pagan member's house, 28-year-old Ezra Arthur Davis, nicknamed Izzo. His house was in Holbrook, along with a shotgun under his bed and a handgun on the nightstand. They were not playing around. All in all, it was a 31-count indictment, a 4-state operation, 300 ATF agents involved, along with state and local police. Let's get back in the truck. Oh, I didn't even mention that we're in Suffolk County. I want you guys to get a little bit of a vibe of what some parts of Suffolk County, Long Island look like. You saw we were right on the water, and then we come down here to this little town section, and then it's kind of looks like the rest of America. It's not really much different than your little town in Pennsylvania or in Massachusetts and anything like that. It's very similar. Okay, so after everyone gets arrested, they're arrested for, the charges are conspiracy to murder Hells Angels and associates, extortion, racketeering, witness tampering, assault. Now, in the assault, it's with pool balls, boots, axe handles, and a pipe wrench, distribution of cocaine and Oxycontin, conspiracy to commit extortion, and weapons charges. They were not playing around. In total, 34 firearms were seized, plus the improvised explosive from the guy's safe. The neighbors actually liked them. One of them said they're very peaceful neighbors, and the other said they're terrific neighbors. Now, do they want to go off saying that the Pagans motorcycle gang are bad neighbors? I don't think so. So you could consider those opinions a little bit skewed. All right, I just want to read you guys off the nicknames to a bunch of these guys that got arrested, because they are pretty funny. You got JR Roadblock, which we spoke about. We have Hogman, Boston Bob, Doc, Pop-Up, PETA, Bluto, Hellboy, Booby, Comanche, and Wiz. These guys, I guess you gotta have a name if you're in one of these gangs. There's a few people that don't have names, but I guess they're the outliers. Okay, hope you enjoyed this one. I know it was a short one. We're out in a weird spot in Long Island, and it's one of those lesser known stories. So I'll see you in the next one.